Hi, it is iYikKam time again, and today I'd like to share with you on OS9H. We completed the OS9 in the last video with the conclusion, and today I'd like to share with you the OS9H. OS9H is only for those who's interested and those who is becoming a sifu, and those who is interested in the internal art of the qi and so forth, or the health. Okay, this is the part, and this also related to the third level of the iYikKam Xiulin Tao of the 1840. Okay, and this is also equivalent to the third level of the ninth level of Mei Si Zhuang, on the basic of it. It related to your health, okay, and so I call it OS9H, okay, and OS9H is based on OS9, okay, but this is one step deeper, and as we know that the OS9 is dealing with your law of physics and the human body nature, and this OS9H is going into the qi theory and models and practice of the Chinese, okay, and is accord with the Chinese medicines, okay. So with this, hope that you will be able to see a big picture of what is going on, instead of getting superstitious about this dantian, this qi and all this stuff. Okay, it is not that difficult. It's just a different model which we need to understand. Okay, now in terms of health and qi gong, or qi handling, or the qi layer, one must know the basis is based on yin and yang. So yin and yang, usually everybody, since it's not a balanced human being or perfect human being, one will have the so-called yin xi, or yin deficiency, or yang deficiency. So yang deficiency is like, analogy to a lamp, a oil lamp. Yang deficient is like the light go dim, and then because the filament is going short. Okay, the yin deficiency is like when the oil is used up, okay, or decreasing. So there are two different things. So one is the filament is short, another one is the oil of the lamp is already decreasing. Okay, so human body, because we are not perfect, especially when we go through above 40 years old and so forth, all this thing comes up. Okay, now the yin deficiency and the yang deficiency, they must not practice the same type of practice. For example, in the West, we always heard people say, oh, you have to pay attention to dantian, and then you have this qi circulate in your body and so forth. You run meridian going up and do meridian, and your spine, blah, 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 all this channeling and everything. Okay, those stuff is only good for the yang deficient people. It is a kiss of death for the yin deficient people. Okay? So the yang deficient people is like the guy who do not do exercise, and even go upstairs, they feel very difficult. Okay, those things. And the yin deficient people is like the people who already have high blood pressures, couldn't sleep at night, those kind of stuff. Okay. So this channel stuff is not for those high blood pressure people. Okay, so this has to be really careful. And the high blood pressure people will have to train different type of stuff, which is usually is we call it 进攻, meaning it just in the silence, get into the silence, okay? Instead of just goofing around with this Mandarins and the heat flow or whatever so forth. Okay, so it's like the gas, the oil lamp analogy. If that guy is already, the oil is decreasing in efficiency, you're keeping pulling the element with the practice, the filament, with the practice of the yang practice or channeling everything, you're going to burn the oil even more. And that's why a lot of people who think, even in China, who think, oh, if I concentrate on my dantian and then I get heat and I can have this qi circular on my du and ren Mandarin and then they can cure all sickness. Turns out that they can even have more serious sickness because it is not a cord to the body anymore. It just goes out of proportions. Okay. If you want to find out exactly are you yin deficient or yang deficient, go to a good formal trained Chinese medicine doctor. Ask them to make a checkup on you, and they can tell you are you yang deficient or yin deficient. Any practice of internal art, got to do that. In the ancient time, the Sifu know are you yin Mandarin, yin deficient or yang deficient before they taught you a gong. Otherwise, they're going to screw you up. Okay? Now, saying that, usually we say, oh, we have to focus on here, focus on dantian, lower dantian, mid dantian, high dantian. You know what? Anybody tell me that, I said you are BS. Why? Because it is nothing to do with focus. It is to do with aware. Just aware. Barely aware. Why? Because if you focus at that area, you create tension at the area and you create stagnations. So all these people who say, I have 3 channels, you concentrate on this upper dantian, lower dantian, everything. Don't do it. If you do it on the third eye, the upper dantian, whatever, you can get stroke. Okay? Go read the medical records in China. When people get stroke and get killed that way, so-called internal art grandmaster. Look at them. How many of them? No. Look at the statistic. Don't believe on anybody. Okay? As, like I say on the disc. You let the disc tell you what it is. You don't go, oh yeah, because he's a grandmaster. There's no such thing, okay? You take the statistic and you know what it is, okay? So, there's no such thing as total concentrations, focus. No, it is just awareness. And if you do not know the 4 functions of mind element, the difference between intentions, visualizations, and awareness and thinking, you're in deep shorts. You cannot handle that. Okay? Not to mention, if you do not know the 4 stability, the 3 stability state of the mind element, the 3 stability state, how can you handle that? Okay? And also, based on this, let me tell you, anybody have a high blood pressures, diabetic, and a whole bunch of other diseases, it's recorded in the Chinese medicine that you must not aware or pay attention to your dantian, period. Why? Because the dantian area will raise heat. In the Chinese it says raise fire. So the analogy of this oil lamp, remember? You have one already have the oil deficiency. You raise fire, it's going to burn the heck out of it, and then it's going to damage kidney and so forth, the function. Read that in the Chinese medicine, okay? So the guy who have a yin Mandarin, the yin deficiency, people usually aware on the feet, the K1 area, or they don't even do that at all, they just do relaxation, okay? Those are the way in the general how it it handles. Okay? And if people have low blood pressure, if you ask them to pay attention to your K1, you're killing them again. Okay? So this is the part one need to know. Instead of to get superstitious, oh, this is Qigong, this is this. And I find a lot of people really strange. They like to argue with me on this thing. And those stuff is written, okay? It's in the records. So don't be so quick want to be grandmaster or sifu or expert in internal art if you never know this. Because you're going to cause problem for other people, okay? This is a technology. So saying this, I would like to introduce this book to you. This book is from Zhou Quanchuan. This is the Qigong practice, knowledge, and how to correct the simple bias or imbalance. Okay? I hope somebody in the West translate this book and take this technology or import this technology to the West. It should be in English, in German, in Italian, in Spanish, in all the language, in French, and every language. Don't let anybody who don't know Qigong tell you, I have the Qi body. Bullshit, okay? They don't even know what the heck they are talking about, and like recently I heard a lot of people saying that, okay? So this is the book, okay? So this is by Zhou Quanchuan, the Ermei gatekeeper, who is a very respectable, very pragmatic and very scientific Chinese medicine doctor and Qigong master who lived in the early 1900s. And the sad thing is that he was put to jail, prison, prior to the Cultural Revolution, those era, and he passed away there. Okay, he is a very scientific guy. So again, this book, please translate it. Okay, I cannot do everything, but I can tell you what it is a real deal. So do it, because we need to transfer this technology to the West and then probably get this technology back to Asia. Okay? We have to get rid of those superstitions. Oh, you just do Dantian. Oh, you do just Median. Oh, you just channeling. You cannot afford to do that. Okay? So that's one thing. The second thing is you need to have this acupuncture model. Okay, this dummy. Because you know this dummy, you see all this line come here down. You see all this channel. This is the 12 proper channel. Okay, and the do and the ren channel also, and you see all the channel in the arm. Okay, in the arm. So again, this is back to the third level.